What is going on, everybody? We are live, BoogiePod episode 19, and we are going to be... Jake, first of all, how was your weekend? Was it good?
Pretty good. Good Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a good Super Bowl. How was Valentine's so far?
Pretty good. Good day.
That's good. That's good to hear it. I am about the same there with you, and we'll go ahead and kick it off, starting off college basketball, like we always do, our pick'ems. I got you. We always have that one game. I've got you the past 2 weeks. So if we have it again, you're gonna have to get me. I'm 21-8 with a pick percentage of 72%, and you're 18-10 with a pick percentage of 64%. So we're both pretty good. We're both pretty darn good. But we gotta keep it up. Look to improve those. So let's start off. Tuesday, number 15 Villanova at number 11 Providence. Who do you got?
Villanova.
I also have Villanova. I thought that'd be one we'd pick different on. I thought you would go with the home team there because Providence is ranked higher and they're the home team.
Yeah.
But it's more like Villanova is just that school kind of deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're just that school. All right. Also on Tuesday, number 5 Kentucky at number 19 your Tennessee Vols. What do you got in that one?
I'm going to go Tennessee.
I'm also going to go Tennessee. I agree
We'll
with
get
you there.
revenge.
All right, moving on. No games. Well, there was no game Monday, first of all, today. But going into Wednesday, number 10 Baylor at number 9 Texas Tech. Who do you have in that one? Good game.
I'm going to go Baylor.
Go Baylor. I got Texas Tech, actually. But we're different on that one. There's our one on Wednesday. Number Saturday, nice one. So no games Thursday, no games Friday. Saturday, number 13 Illinois goes to number 17 Michigan State. Who do you got in that one?
Michigan State.
Okay, I got number 13 Illinois. So we are picking different again. We got 2 of them. Staying on Saturday, number 25 at Xavier goes to number 20. Can't read my own handwriting. Number 24 UConn. Who you got in that one? 25 versus number 24. What a game.
To Xavier?
Yeah, no, okay, so number 25 at Xavier is going to number 24 UConn.
I'm going to go Xavier.
Okay, I got UConn. We're picking different a lot of these. All right, number 9 Texas Tech goes to number 20 Texas.
I don't know. That's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
I'm going to say Texas.
Texas?
No, Tech.
Texas Tech.
No,
Oh,
Texas Tech, yeah.
you're going Texas Tech? All right.
Yeah.
So I picked Texas at home against Kansas last week. And they picked up a dub for us. So I'm going hook 'em horns at home. So we're picking different again. So you're going Texas Tech. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 games we picked different on this week. So we'll get to see. If you get those 4 right, you'll pass me up. So
Hopefully.
you'll pass me up by 2, I think, something like that. Regardless, ain't much to talk about. And moving on to college baseball. It starts up at the end of this week on Friday. I know that's when Clemson's first game is. I think that's when most people's first games is. I'm not 100% sure. So let's go ahead and start off with who we think will be the conference winners, and then who is going to win our pick to win the College World Series. So we'll start off my conference, the ACC. Who do you think is going to win the ACC?
NC State.
I also have NC State.
Pretty easily.
I wanted to pick. I don't know. You always got Clemson in there, Hey, go Tigers. All right, Big Ten. Who you got?
Nebraska.
I also have Nebraska. Big 12. Who you got?
Big 12 got Texas.
Texas.
They're pretty dang
I
good.
also have Texas. They are really good. Pac-12. Who do you got?
Pac-12, Stanford.
I also have Stanford. And then the SEC. Who do you got?
LSU.
You got LSU. I got Arkansas.
I think LSU's going to get it done.
Okay. Who is your World Series prediction? Who do you think's going to win it?
LSU.
You got LSU? See,
Yeah,
I actually think Arkansas will win the SEC, but I think Mississippi State's going to go back-to-back and win it again.
That'd be something.
There's your pick for you. All right, going into college football, there's only one really thing I want to talk about. Well, there's two, actually. First thing is Auburn has announced they're bringing back Brian Harsin. You think that's the right move? What do you think?
At this point, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's the right move, but it's not like a terrible move either. It's kind of one of those things. I would just keep him. I mean, they almost beat Alabama in this first year, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of have to keep him. You just signed him. I don't know how much money his buyout would be, but it's probably not worth it. And, I mean, and whatever he did, it's messed up, but everyone makes mistakes, and it's just what it is, All right, if you could change one rule, what would it be about college football? One rule, odd question, think about it for a second. What would you change?
I would probably mess around with the targeting rule a little bit.
Targeting rule? So how would you do it?
I don't know if I would just eject everybody.
Yeah. You'd have a lot of the popular rule, like I did for that rule, is to have two types of levels to it. So you got one where they can prove that it was unintentional and it was targeting, and that will be just the 15 yards and that guy does not get injected. And then you get the one where it was intentional, where it'll be the 15 yards plus he is injected. That's a lot of people's idea.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. My Yeah, I'd probably have to agree with you. Probably the targeting. It's very, very ignorant, in my opinion. I'd probably have to.
Another rule that's popular. Some people think that I think in college they want to change the pass interference to a spot foul now. It's not.
The what?
And like a change pass interference to like a spot foul.
Yeah.
That's
how it is in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
See, I feel like that rule is very debatable because I feel like sometimes, like pass interference, you just throw it up and both of the guys are hand fighting and the ref makes a bad call, and then all of a sudden they get 4 yards down the field because they just threw up a Hail Mary. But then other times the guy gets killed and they should get the spot because he would have caught the ball. I don't really mind whichever way that rule goes. I think it's a tough one to call because it's an opinion rule. It's like fouls in basketball. It's really based off what the ref wants to see. So yeah, mine would probably be targeting though. I think it's really bad done in college football, in my opinion. Alrighty, UFC 271 was this weekend. Me and you sat on the couch behind me and watched it. Do some reactions. Just give me your thoughts, opinions about the fight real fast. Cannonier knocked out Brunson in round 2. What are your thoughts about that fight?
Probably one of the sloppiest fights I've watched in recent memory from supposed to be high caliber fighters, in quotations. It was sloppy.
Yeah.
Really slow. I wasn't impressed with either of them. I thought Brunson finally showed his age really bad. I thought he looked like he was 60 years old.
He did.
But Cannonier looked like he was like 55.
Yeah.
And was a little stronger, so he won. I don't know. Just one of the thoughts.
Yeah, I wasn't very impressed with either guy. I think Cannonier's striking, I think he overcommitted to Brunson's wrestling. But to be fair, also, when Brunson's in there, the only way he can beat you is by wrestling. So there's almost no harm in the overcommitting it, but he almost overcommitted so much there was harm to it. You see what I'm saying? And it almost cost him. He almost got knocked out, which is kind of weird. If he got knocked out by Brunson, he would have been holding a clown mask on his face the rest of his life. So he's lucky to do that. What do you think's next for Cannonier? Title shot?
Yeah, it is. They're going to give it to him. Adesanya is already talking about it, so they will be them in the summertime, I'm sure.
Yep, I agree with you. You think he has any shot in that fight? He has the one-shot power. That's all he got. Seriously.
Does he have one-shot power, really? No, I don't think he does.
I think when he doesn't, when he doesn't have to worry about Adesanya taking him down. So I think that'll help a lot. But that's all he has, the one shot.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I would say he has maybe a 3% chance of landing that shot, and then a 1% chance that it ends up knocking him out if he lands it. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I think if anyone has a puncher's chance, it's Cannonier. So we'll see. I don't know.
I agree with that.
What do you think's next for Brunson?
Retire.
Yeah,
I think he'll retire.
I think that was his last run. if I was him, you either retire or you take a scrub and get a retirement fight and try to win it and go move on.
Yeah.
I think it's your two options.
Yeah.
All right, Tuivasa going into the co-main. Tuivasa knocked out Derek Lewis on round 2. What was your thoughts about that?
Very shocked. Very shocked. Yeah.
Insane, actually, to be honest with you.
I tell you, Tuivasa might be the next Mark Hunt with that chin.
He has a very similar fight style. Kind of looks like him.
Yeah, he trains with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'm excited for Tuivasa's future. I don't think he'll ever be. There's 2 guys in that division that are just better than everyone else, in my opinion. But
yeah,
I think he could be that 3. I really do. And yeah, man. I don't know. What do you think's next for Tai Tuivasa?
he needs to fight one more big contender, and then he'll go title shot.
Okay.
He needs to fight maybe. Curtis Blades is fighting. Who's he fighting?
Or Dawkins.
Okay, maybe the winner of that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's Curtis Blades.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Another guy in there is the Russian. What's his name? The long, big, tall Russian. Whatever his name is, he just lost to Strogan not too long ago. I don't know if he has a fight. Maybe that's an option.
Oh, Volkov.
Yeah, that'd be a very interesting fight too. Volkov's range versus Tai Tuivasa. I think that I would be interested in that fight.
Yeah, Tai Tuivasa would handle that though.
I don't know. I honestly don't. I think it's an interesting matchup. I think that's a really hard style for Tuivasa because he has no reach whatsoever.
No,
he's a very small guy, so I would be interested in that fight. What's next for Derek Lewis?
I don't know. Daniel White saying they still like him a lot, so his future is fine. Obviously, which everyone knew that. But I think he needs to take a step back and take a little time off. Because it was kind of a quick turnaround for him. I think a little bit.
It was a very quick turnaround. It was like a
and I would go.
Turnaround.
I wouldn't fight in Houston no more if I was him. There's a curse.
I wouldn't fight in Houston no more.
And I'd fight a middle of the pack guy in the division.
Yeah,
maybe like a 7-8 dude. Get your footing back and go up from there.
Yeah.
He's fought everybody though. Really, I mean, golly.
I think Derek Lewis's next step might be that kind of Andre Arlovsky type role, but upgraded to where he knocks out people who's not good enough to be in the top 5, but never really goes above that. Which, honestly, low-key, that's kind of what they were doing anyway. His last fight was against a guy who was out of the top 10, and before that, it was the guy out of the top 10. He beat the one. The other guy beat him to move up. I think he can be used as a stepping stone for the people who's good enough to do it.
Gatekeeper. Yeah.
I just feel really bad because when Derek Lewis looks bad, he looks really bad.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, and it's just really bad. All right, into the main event. Adesanya defeated Whitaker over a controversial decision, kind of. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, and
me too. I watched one,
and a lot of the people are giving the fight to Whitaker that I've seen. I don't know about you.
Me too.
Yeah, I've not seen. There's not been a very few people who gave it to Adesanya that I've seen. And what's your reactions, thoughts about this fight?
Well, we both had it scored to Whitaker at the end, 3-2.
Yep.
We had him winning, but it's like one of those things where it's it'd be uncomfortable if they gave the belt to Whitaker a little bit because he didn't do a lot, but Izzy just did nothing really.
Yeah.
Well, what I was thinking about after the fight is how they signed him to that contract, Izzy, because they want him to be the new star, like they want him to be the guy. But he has it in him. But as long as he's fighting in this style where he's too passive, he's never going to be anything popular. I mean, he has it in him, but it's just not going to work out. He's never going to be a star.
Lose instead of win.
Yeah, and it's just you could tell he'll show flashes where it's like, wow, he still could do this.
Yeah.
Really crazy stuff, but he will not do it anymore.
Hey, I'm scared that's what's going to happen with Cannonier. Like, I think he's going to knock Cannonier's boots off him. And I think whenever that happens, people are going to be like, I told you. He's that good. And I'm going to be like, dude, he's fighting Cannonier. All I have for Izzy is that he is very lucky that it is middleweight, in my opinion.
Yeah. And he has a belt.
Yes, yeah. That I wrote down, I told Dad this morning, actually, we were talking about the fight. Or yesterday. And I told him, I said, I don't mind them giving it to Izzy because he's the champion. and I don't think Whitaker earned the belt. However, if this was a non-title fight, or they were both fighting for the belt and neither of them had it, I think Whitaker should have won it. But either way, whoever you gave it to, I don't think it's a robbery to say.
No.
But it's very
No,
interesting that they give it to, like, say if that was like a stand and bang type fight, right? And they were both going at each other, but it had the same closeness in rounds and stuff. Do you think they would give it to Whitaker?
No, I think it's going to take a lot for them to take that belt away from Izzy.
Do you think it's similar to Moreno and Figueiredo?
Not really. Nah, I mean...
Because they gave that fight to Figueiredo.
Yeah, they did. But they were all... I don't think it's like that with them, because they were trying to act like Moreno was going to be the first Mexican UFC star, and...
Yeah.
They wasn't like that. I think they just, the judges just saw it. Well, no, that was because Moreno got knocked down, like, a couple times, so... No.
Okay.
Not the same.
All right, what do you think? So we talked about earlier. So you think Burnett's Adesanya is a title defense in the summer against Kenya?
Yeah, but I was going to say, I don't think this Izzy on this trajectory right now, if we keep going in this path, well, he will never get a second belt.
No, he wouldn't have beat no one at heavyweight yesterday.
He's going to have to change. He's going to start getting a little more killer instinct in him, and I guess try him. I don't know.
Well, Well, okay, so you do agree, though, that what's next for Adesanya is Kenya in the summer?
Yeah.
Okay, and then for Whitaker, what's next for Whitaker?
I don't know. He's got a lot of options. If I was him, I would test how I could cut to welterweight.
Yep. I would test how I could cut to welterweight, or if I can make 205 but be buff more than just kind of fat.
Yeah. He could do fine. He's a really good fighter. He's super well rounded.
Yeah.
Him and Usman will be a killer fight. That's interesting.
That would be awesome, yeah. But, yeah, I think 170 is next. I think new weight division. But if he wants to stay there and beat up on people middleweight and get a trilogy one day, whatever.
So that's what happened to Holloway and Volkanovski. He'll just earn his way right back. He'll fight again.
I'm interested in what Whitaker wants to do, though. I like Whitaker a lot, and he's a good fighter. And I will be watching his next fight, obviously. UFC Fight Night this weekend. Now Johnny Walker versus Jamal Hill. You got any early predictions for that? Yeah,
I think Jamal Hill will probably knock him out.
Yeah. The way Johnny Walker looked in his last fight was very poor.
Frozen.
Yeah.
His coaching's terrible.
Thiago Santos has a habit of becoming an ice cube and making other people be an ice cube. So.
Yep.
We'll see about that fight. The whole card's pretty good. I'm not going to go through here and name all these, but the card's pretty decent. Okay. So going into MLB. So Rob Manfred, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. He said he is optimistic, and it could be disastrous for the MLB if he is wrong. A very odd statement there, and I want your thoughts on that statement. And I'll read it again. He is optimistic. He said that himself. Talking about himself. And it could be disastrous for the MLB, for saying he is optimistic. It could be disastrous for the MLB if he is wrong. I honestly couldn't even tell you what that really means, but a lot of people are fired up about it, and I wanted to get your thoughts about it.
I look at Rob Manfred like a politician that somehow got elected to be a commissioner of a sports organization because the dude plays politics really bad and he's kind of bad at his job. I don't like him.
Yeah.
But he's trying to scare everybody. Well, I mean, there is a reason to be worried, but he's starting to speed up how he's talking, like to make things a little urgent sounding, which they are urgent at the same time, but he's trying to make people get motivated to move things forward.
Yeah.
And, I saw that quote where he is optimistic. I'm glad he's optimistic, but I think he's kind of
to be honest with you, I kind of agree with you in a weird way where typically he wears the clown mask. But here, honestly, I mean, he's still in the wrong, don't get me wrong. But for him, he's not. I mean, there is urgency. It's getting time. Like, we gotta start figuring things out here. Or I'm
going to be mad if it gets delayed.
Yeah, people are going to start losing money. All right, so let's
a lot of money.
Yeah, so let's start figuring stuff out. What do you think is the biggest impact of the universal DH now?
Well,
You could go a lot of different ways with that question.
I think a lot of guys will get kind of better contracts now because that makes their value, and then especially in the National League, go way up.
There's a bunch
Like
of people who could be just DHs.
Yeah, like Soler for the Braves. Like
Albert,
he'll probably ask for a little more money now because he's way more valuable now.
did Albert Pujols retire? Am I a tard?
I don't know. He was on the Dodgers.
Well,
I don't know if he
if he had
retired.
retired, he'd be a great example of that.
I think he did, but he would be a great example. Yeah, being a DH, you
Yeah.
just don't need to play the field no more.
There's plenty of guys that I can think of in the National League, and it can help them. People start landing those people that come from the American League. When they go to free agency, who have these big bats, it'll be easier for the National League to sign them without having to worry about a glove issue. And
Yeah.
being really nice. And I think this honestly makes baseball a lot more fun to watch. There's nothing more annoying than you sitting there as a National League fan, and I'm not a National League fan. Well, I mean, like, I like baseball. I'm talking about I like Boston. They're in the American League. But when I've watched National League team play a National League team, or when Boston goes to a National League, there's nothing more frustrating than you having a guy on runner first or a runner on second. Okay, we'll say a runner on second, 2 outs, and a pitcher comes up the bat. Like, it's just so annoying because it's almost like a free out 95% of the time. I mean, there's high school players who have a better shot of hitting that than that pitcher, especially if they come from the American League to the National League for like an away series or whatever. Like, dude,
Yeah.
they're not going to get a hit. It's very, very rare you see that. It's very rare you see a hit in general by a pitcher. So I think this will be a lot more nice, make teams more well-rounded, and we'll get to see, at the end of the day, more offense, and that's the most exciting thing about the sport. So,
Yeah.
baseball, I think that's a good move, and kind of sad it took this long for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Going into the NFL to round it out, the Rams win the Super Bowl. What a great pick by me and Jake. They won 23-20. What's your thoughts about the game? I want to hear those first.
Thoughts about the game. I hope Aaron Donald doesn't retire because he has a great shot to be the GOAT of the defensive side of the ball. He's already probably top 3.
I was about to say
he's probably 3
there's
right
some
now.
people who already make a case for him. So
yeah, I think he's 3 right now, but I'd say a couple more good years he'd be top 2.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Kupp had a great game. He disappeared. My biggest takeaway though from the Rams side was I was not liking the play calling.
Yeah.
I thought their play calling was bad after Odell got hurt.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. When Odell went out, their play calling, like, not only the play calling,
it got conservative.
Yeah, well, they as a team as a whole, they kind of just fell apart.
They all liked him a lot. It might have been kind of a gut punch to see him get hurt.
That
they like
tire
him.
went completely flat that was on their bus for a second.
Yeah.
But, luckily they had some spare tires.
I also thought they stuck to the run for way too long when it was not working.
Yeah.
Run game was not going, and they stuck to it, and it almost cost them. But luckily, Aaron Donald and that defense just... Oh, Jalen Ramsey got cooked. He's got like 400 yards these last couple playoff games. So.
Yeah, I'll give them one credit about this. One of the ballsiest plays calls in that whole game, in my opinion, was when it was 4th and 1, and they couldn't even trust their own 3 running backs. So they handed off to Cooper Kupp, and they got him the first
He's
down
so good.
plus like 5 yards. I mean, that was so gangster. The only people we see do that is Debo. And I mean, it was sick to see Cooper Kupp run the ball. It was a cool idea. I liked it. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Who's your player of the game?
It's got to be Cooper Kupp, but Aaron Donald's right there too because of the last drive. Because I was starting to think, oh man, no, Joe Burrow might get him a little moment here, and everyone will never shut up about it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, Cooper Kupp 8 receptions for 92 yards, but the big stat was 2 touchdowns. Couldn't come at a better time. Good for Cooper Kupp. Yeah, I mean, great wide receiver season for him. And
one of the best all time.
Yeah, I also had him player of the game. All right. Here's a tough question for you. Think Joe Burrow will ever win a Super Bowl? I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, he lost this
Yeah,
one,
it's hard.
Another one. But it's hard to get there. It takes luck to get there.
It's hard.
And then you got to be even more lucky to win it. And I feel like all your skill does is just raise that luck. Like, gives you a higher chance of winning it. That's all it does. But at the end of the day, luck's luck. And
Yeah, let's be honest. I mean, luck was on their side in this whole run, big time.
They don't get
This
the
was their
starting tight
chance.
end doesn't get to play for Rams.
Rams.
Then Odell Beckham Jr. gets hurt, and then Matthew Stafford throws a pick, and then he throws a complete luck pick where the receiver just pukes on himself.
Their backup tight end actually is the one that just let the ball get out of his hands.
He literally handed off to the other guy. So they had a lot of things go their way, and they still couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, and like the main reason I kind of knew they weren't going to win is because they could barely scrape by a Tennessee team that throws 4 picks.
Yeah,
and that was based on my pick. If you can't get by that team,
that was lucky.
Barely. Yeah, Ryan Tannehill having a crap fest is big luck, but I think Joe Burrow will probably see another Super Bowl, but I do not know if he'll ever win one.
Yeah.
Everyone jumped the gun on him big time. I like him. I think he's good, but everyone's like, he might be the next Tom Brady. He's already top 5 because of a playoff run where, I mean, he was pretty good. He was okay in the playoff run. He wasn't like the killer instinct, like X factor of the whole thing, though.
Yeah, I do think he'll get 1, but I got him capped out at 1. I got him with 1.
Yeah. 2 would be shocking. I think if he got 2, I'd be surprised.
Yes. Go ahead.
I got a question because I was watching ESPN today.
That's fine.
Max Kellerman says that Joe Burrow is already better than Andrew Luck ever was.
No.
Not even close. You can maybe the realm, but dog. I couldn't believe he said that. I was like, no, he's not.
Well, as soon as you say ever was, no.
He's not. I've looked at the stats. He's not. Not quite.
No.
Andrew Luck had a couple really good years before he retired.
Really a shame
I was just thinking about that.
So
he'd already have a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he'd have one this year. Very good shot. I firmly believe that.
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Firmly believe that. Because I think they'd been such a good spot. Jags would still beat them at the end of the year, but I think they were in a good spot that wouldn't matter. Jags beat them. All right, here's my next question for you. Out of 10, so 10 being guaranteed, and 0 being like no way, like impossible. 0 being impossible, 10 being guaranteed. Chances the Rams go back to back.
4.
4.
Yeah, from free agent crap to really, because this was their year. They went all in. When they got what they wanted.
Yeah,
I really commend them for that. I like it. You see it, you got the chance to go all in and get your ring. It's going to hurt you in a couple of years, but yeah, they will not repeat. I'll be shocked.
Yeah, it really depends who they bring back if they'll even have a shot to do it. And it'd be crazy if Matt Stafford got 2 rings. So talk about.
I'd like that. I'm okay with that.
Freaking turn around your career, man.
Could I see them get into the Super Bowl? Yeah, but winning it, no.
I'll give them.
NFC's got to be kind of suck.
Yeah, I'll give them a 3. 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then the last question of the day. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, I don't know if you've heard about this, have had some big problems recently.
Yep.
So what do you think is Kyler Murray's best interest to do with his career right now? Do you think it's
in his best interest?
Yeah. Do you think it's pull to Johnson and rape a bunch of girls and just refuse to come back, or do you think it's stay with the Cardinals and be a pal and act like nothing ever happened?
Well, he wants $50 million a year, and the Cardinals are smart. He should not get that.
No, unless it's like a 1 year.
Kyler Murray is never going to see a Super Bowl. That's my prediction. I don't think he's a Super Bowl quarterback. I think he's one of those guys that's flashy and good, but the play style is not sustainable for a playoff run. Same with Lamar Jackson.
Was that his first playoff game this year?
Yeah, he was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, he did really bad. He threw.
Yeah. Well, actually, the main issue of this is Cliff Kingsbury is a terrible head coach. Terrible. He is not good. I don't know how I didn't realize this. I mean, the man couldn't win with Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech. He sucked. They didn't win a lot of games there, and then he gets hired on the Arizona Cardinals from not succeeding.
Well,
and then he doesn't succeed, and everyone's like, "Oh, how is he not succeeding?" Well, he wasn't even good in college, really.
Yeah. Well, that brings me back to the question: what do you think is in the best interest for Kyler Murray personally? You're Kyler Murray. What are you doing? That's a better way to ask.
I would stick around right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would not. I mean, I would at least play my rookie contract.
I wonder when that's over.
A couple of years, probably 2 or 3 years.
Still think he has some more years in it? What is this?
He's only been playing for 3 years. I'd say he's got maybe 1 or 2, probably 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would say his best option would be stick around for the rookie quarterback or contract. But if things don't change in that time, might be skedaddling.
I saw some people saying that, okay, if Kyler's going to act this way, just give Kyler a first and like a third or fourth round pick and go get Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I would do that. I think Deshaun Watson's way better than Kyler Murray, but
Yeah, I mean, the way they play,
they're both
it's
kind of
literally
divas.
just an upgrade.
Big upgrade.
Yeah.
I think Deshaun Watson
one has a reason.
It's pretty big.
One has a reason to be a diva. That's what I was gonna say. I wasn't saying because
yeah.
One has a reason to be a diva. Well, does he? If he raped girls, he doesn't. But
no, but yeah.
Alrighty, and that will do it for episode 19. Am I throwing right now? Episode 19 of the BoogiePod.